by Taito is surprisingly enjoyable. Basically, the mob murders your girlfriend, and you're not too happy about that. So the only reasonable solution is to get bloody revenge. You play each stage on a non-scrolling screen, and your goal is to kill a certain number of people before the time runs out. You can pick up different weapons for better firepower, and the environment is very interactive and, of course, destructible. You have absolutely no moral issues with shooting up a hotel lobby or ruining a garden party as long as you're able to shoot a whole bunch of people. You even call it a bloodbath party. Look at that. After you're done, you just let the house burn in the background. Gotta keep that anger in your heart, after all. The number of people you must kill increases in pretty much every stage, and you have absolutely no problem with that since you are one evil son of a bitch. By the time the game is completed, you've murdered well over 400 people. The locales all look good, and even the music is good.
Definitely a joy to play this game, as there aren't many out there similar to it.
If you like playing as a sadistic detective, then this game's for you.
Damn it! Alien vs. Predator is a side-scrolling beat-em-up by Capcom. It's generally a fun game to play, but after a while I just started to get kind of bored.
Yeah, that's the curse of beat-em-ups, I think. They've got to be pretty special to retain the player's interest past a few stages.
Yeah, I can definitely see the difficulty in programming something like this, but it seems that you're fighting the same aliens over and over, so fighting gets pretty monotonous. In later levels, you actually fight against humans, which helps change things up.
Yeah, and here the mechanical lifter even makes an appearance.
And you can choose from 4 characters, 2 different predators, a man or a woman. I personally like playing with the predators more than the humans.
I agree, but the big guy, as funky as he is pretty tough.
The music is pretty toned down for Capcom. It sounds good for the game, but overall it's pretty unmemorable. This is a decent game with a great concept, but I think I'd rather play Final Fight.
Next up is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Now you may think that this game has a ton of home versions on European computers and the Genesis, but this arcade version is completely different than those. As you can see, this version features an isometric perspective, whereas the Genesis version is a side-scrolling platformer. The goal is the same though, stop Mr. Big and rescue all the children that you find. I guess Mr. Big is building a sinister machine to rule the world and it uses little children as fuel or something, so Michael takes it upon himself to rescue them. You shoot short laser bursts out of your hands to defeat enemies. You also have a super dance move which forces everyone to dance with you, even machines. They just can't keep up with Michael's slick moves, so they die. Rescuing the kids can give Michael more dance moves or extra help. His monkey, Bubbles, appears from time to time and he turns Michael into a murdering metal giant whose heart is as cold as his iron skin.
You know, I really didn't like the control in this game. As you might know, I'm not a huge fan of isometric games as they all seem to suffer from aiming problems. It never feels natural to aim your laser or whatever it is at an enemy.
I can't wait until we talk about Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, the graphics are okay. The music is based on Jackson's music, obviously. You'd think the graveyard scene here would have Thriller, but no, Jackson actually didn't write that song and he doesn't own all of the rights. Overall, the game moves pretty slowly and it only has 5 rounds.
Even though Michael was proven innocent, it's still very creepy that he's rescuing little kids. I almost feel the kids are better off with Mr. Big.
So which is better, the arcade version or the Genesis version? Well, the arcade version has this. But the Genesis version has this. Wow, both are so awesome. I'm just kidding, not really. I've talked about 3 unique games so far. What have you done? You've only talked about games from the Aliens franchise.
Yeah, I know. And I'm not even a big fan of Aliens.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, well, I'm not. But
come on, they're good.
No, they're alright. I like them. You know, but they're not my, I don't have my collection. Anyways, I've got this great game coming up.
What's that?
It's called Gun Force 2.
Ooh.
Here's Gun Force 2, or Geoforce as it's also known. Looking at this game, your first thought might be that it's a Metal Slug clone. Well, the team who made this left Irem and formed a Nazca, who, of course, went on to make Metal Slug.
Yeah, even the sounds in Metal Slug were lifted from this game, some of which were even in the first Gun Force game, which was nowhere near as good as this one.